This is Top Accurate Global News Update. I am Abiodun Mohammed. The head of Russia's Wagner mercenary force warned that Russia's position around the eastern Ukrainian city of Bakhmut was in peril unless his troops got ammunition, the latest sign of tension between the Kremlin and the private militia chief. Ukrainian military officials and analysts also reported leaders of Russia's 155th Brigade fighting near the town of Volodya, south of Bakhmut, while resisting orders to attack after sustaining severe losses in attempt to capture it. For its part, the Russian Defense Ministry on Sunday said Russian forces had hit a command center of the Ukrainian Azov regiment in southeastern Zaporizhia region. The ministry did not elaborate on the attack. Wagner chief Yevgeny Prigozhin said Russia's front lines near Bakhmut could collapse if his forces did not receive the ammunition promised by Moscow in February. The mercenary chief regularly criticizes Russia's defense chiefs and top generals. Last month, he accused Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu and others of treason for withholding supplies of munitions to his men. A suicide bomber riding a motorcycle has rammed into a police truck in Pakistan's southwestern province of Balochistan, killing at least 9 soldiers and wounding another 13. Aga Samuillah, the deputy commissioner of Balochistan's Karachi district, told pressmen the attack took place on Monday morning in Cambridge Bridge area of the district, nearly 150 kilometers east of the provincial capital of Quetta. Samuillah said the truck was carrying 22 members of the Balochistan Constabulary, a wing of the provincial police force. No armed group has so far claimed responsibility for the attack. Mahmoud Notezai, a senior police officer in Karachi, said the injured were shifted to combined military hospital in Sebi. Balochistan is home to a decades-old rebellion by ethnic Baloch rebel groups who have been fighting the Pakistani state, accusing it of exploiting the province's rich gas and mineral resources. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif condemned the attack, calling it a part of nefarious designs to create instability in the country. Taiwan must be on alert this year for a sudden entry by the Chinese military into areas close to its territory as tensions rise across the Taiwan Strait, its defense minister warned. China has stepped up its military activities around Taiwan in recent years, including almost daily Air Force incursions into the island's air defense identification zone. However, Taiwan has not reported any incident of Chinese forces entering its contiguous zone 44.4 kilometers from its coast, but it has shot down a civilian drone that entered its airspace near an islet off the Chinese coast last year. Answering questions from lawmakers in parliament, Defense Minister Xiu Kuo-cheng said on Monday the Chinese People's Liberation Army (PLA) might find excuses to enter areas close to Taiwan's territorial air and sea space as the self-governing island steps up its military exchanges with the United States to Beijing's ire. The PLA might make a sudden entry into Taiwan's contiguous zone and get close to its territory, which the island defines as 22 kilometers from its coast, he said. In response, Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Mao Ning said at a daily briefing that Beijing will take firm measures to defend its sovereignty and territorial integrity. Dozens of Israeli Air Force reservists have said they will not turn up for a training day in protest against Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's proposed judicial changes. As Israel's strategic arm, the Air Force has traditionally relied on reservists in wartime and requires crews who have been discharged to train regularly in order to maintain readiness. But in a letter circulated in local media on Sunday, 37 pilots and navigators from an F-15 squadron said they would skip drills scheduled for Wednesday and instead, in quotes, devote our time to dialogue and reflection for the sake of democracy and national unity. The religious nationalist government seeks changes that include curbs on the Supreme Court, which it accuses of overreach. Critics feel that Netanyahu, who is on a trial on corruption charges he denies, wants excessive power over the judiciary. Weekly and increasingly raucous demonstrations have swept the country, with some protest leaders, among them former military chiefs, saying that a non-democratic turn in government would warrant mass disobedience within the ranks. South Korea said on Monday that its companies would compensate people forced to work under Japan's 1910 to 1945 occupation, seeking to end a dispute that has undercut US-led efforts to present a unified front against China and North Korea. The proposal was welcomed in Tokyo but faced immediate backlash from some victims and South Korea's main opposition party, who accused the government of capitulating to Japan. US President Joe Biden, whose administration has pressed its two allies to reconcile, hailed the announcement as groundbreaking. A Japanese government source close to Prime Minister Fumio Kishida told reporters that the United States has been pressing both countries to reconcile, but that a main factor that triggered Yoon's push for reconciliation is the geopolitical threat from North Korea. The disagreement over labor and women forced into Japanese military brothels have bedeviled ties between the two pivotal US allies for years, but South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol has made a push to repair the relationship. That is the size of top accolade global news update. You can follow us on our social media platforms as displayed on your screen. Happy New Week!